Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lizzie Nguyen, and I am the president of Omicron Delta Kappa. I'm joined today by Vice President Alexis Park and Treasurer Sophie Huber, and we're so happy to see everyone here with us today. Before we begin, the staff of University Chapel have asked us to let you know that in case of an emergency, but hopefully not because we're only here for an hour, there are emergency exits through the doors you came, as well as one behind me. Those of us who are members of ODK value its high ideals and purposes as we strive to provide leadership in worthy undertakings and to be of service to others. We believe in the tenets of the society and those principles for which it stands. We are pleased and honored to share them with you today as we welcome you into the Alpha Circle at Washington and Lee University. We're also honored to introduce our guest keynote speaker for the evening. Tamara Futrell, or as we all know and love her, Dean T, has demonstrated impressive administrative and leadership skills in her support of W&L's student experience. In her 2 decades at Washington and Lee, her dedication to providing leadership and vision for student diversity and inclusion services, programming, and initiatives is unparalleled. After earning her Bachelor of Science in Psychology from Virginia Commonwealth University and earning her master's degree in Education and Community Counseling at Longwood University, she spent 8 years creating close connections with students at Hollins University as its area coordinator and later its director of first year and sophomore programs. In 2003, Futrell joined the Washington and Lee community as Assistant Dean of Students before quickly being promoted to Dean of Students and Dean of Seniors. Here, she oversaw residence life and religious life as she helped prepare students for life beyond W&L. In 2012, she also integrally helped charter the Tau Zeta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha, a sorority founded at Howard University in 1908 and the oldest Greek letter organization established by African-American college-educated women. Today, she serves as a Dean of Student Engagement and Leadership, where her commitment to the student experience is lived out every single day she shows up. Anthropologist, author, and activist Dr. Janetta B. Cole once said, "She who learns must also teach, and she who teaches must continue to learn." Embodying these words, Futrell is currently working towards her PhD in higher education through the Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University in Blacksburg, Virginia. Please welcome our guest speaker, future Dr. Dean Tamara Futrell.
Thank you. President Dudley, esteemed members of the Alpha Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa Leadership Honor Society, new inductees, and honored guests. It is both a privilege and a profound honor to stand before you this afternoon as we celebrate the induction of new members into ODK. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Lizzie and the officers of our circle for the opportunity to speak to you. I also want to acknowledge Mr. John X. Miller, a distinguished member of the Washington and Lee class of 1977, who was inducted into ODK alongside me on January 21st, 2020. John has had an illustrious career in journalism and has generously shared his expertise with his alma mater as the Glenn Visiting Lecturer of Journalism and Communication during winter term. I would be remiss if I did not honor the late Professor Ted Delaney, a man whose legacy is woven into the very fabric of this university and in the lives of those he touched. He nominated me for induction into this distinguished circle, believing in my potential before I fully recognized it in myself. For that, I am forever grateful. And today, I carry his spirit with me, and I hope my words honor his memory. In October 2024, Washington and Lee launched the Leading a Life of Consequence capital campaign. While the campaign's primary focus was fundraising, its message held a deeper significance for me, one that resonated long before I prepared these remarks. The phrase itself, leading a life of consequence, is profoundly powerful. Over the last several months, I have had numerous opportunities to reflect on my own leadership and how this statement impacts the work I do and the life that I live. Leadership takes many forms, and leading a life of consequence may mean something different to each of us, but one truth remains. Every leader lives a life of consequence. Every decision, every action, and every word carries weight. Leadership is not defined by titles, positions, or accolades, but by the way we inspire, influence, and transform our surroundings. It is about recognizing that our reach extends beyond personal ambition, but to shape the lives of others, our peers, our institution, and our communities. John Quincy Adams once said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." Leadership is not about seeking power or prestige, but making a meaningful impact. Every choice you make matters, whether serving in an organization, advocating for a cause, or simply being a compassionate friend. Your leadership shapes the world around you. How you show up matters. How you engage matters. How you use your voice. It all matters. It is all consequential. Washington and Lee holds a profound place in my life and leadership journey. It was here that I learned leadership is about more than the role you play, but by the purpose you serve. I stepped onto this campus in July 2003 as an assistant dean, not much older than the members of the senior class at the time. I was young, bright, ambitious, with no clear idea of what the future held. But even if I could not yet articulate it, I knew that this was much more than just a job, and that my time on this campus would be much more than just a position, that there was a purpose for me having space on this campus. That is the lesson that I want to impart to you today. Leading a life of consequence is the outcome of leading with purpose. When we step into leadership roles, we must not only recognize and be aware of how we lead, but also why we lead. Because when we recognize our purpose, we understand that leadership is never about self-promotion. It is about impact. It is about opening doors for others and laying a foundation for those who will follow. It is about shaping the next generation of leaders, strengthening our communities, and building something that will outlast us. This commitment to leadership and a lasting legacy was instilled in me 32 years ago as an undergraduate at Virginia Commonwealth University. I respectfully ask that you do not do the math. In my junior year, I became a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And as Lizzie stated, it was chartered on the campus of Howard University in 1908 and hails as the first historically, but not exclusively, Black sorority founded on the principles of scholarship, leadership, and service to all mankind. Our founders established our organization as underclassmen in an effort to create a space for like-minded women to gather for social support and to enhance their institution and their surrounding community. In 1913, our founders made a defining decision to incorporate our sorority. It was a declaration that our mission would endure. It was a commitment to ensuring that the work they started in that small room in Minor Hall would continue long after they were gone. That same commitment to legacy inspired me when I chartered the Tau Zeta chapter here at Washington and Lee in 2011. Founding a chapter was not about creating a new organization for the sake of having one. We have numerous organizations on our campus, but it was about ensuring the future generation of women on this campus could have a space to cultivate leadership, excel academically, and engage in meaningful service. This is one of my most cherished contributions to WNL. But let me be honest with you. Leading a life of consequence is not always easy. It's not always comfortable, and it is certainly not always glamorous. There will be moments when the road gets steep, when uncertainty, criticism, or even failure stands in your way. There will be times when you are the only one speaking up in a room and the silence of others feels deafening. There will be times when you're misunderstood, when your intentions are questioned, when you work tirelessly behind the scenes and no one acknowledges your efforts. And yes, there will be times when you question yourself, when imposter syndrome whispers in your ear, making you wonder, am I enough and is it worth it? But here's also what I've learned. When you lead with an understanding of your purpose, those challenges do not break you. The doubters do not define you. The setbacks do not defeat you. Instead, they build you. They become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks when you never lose sight of your purpose, your why. Your why is what anchors you. It is what gives you the strength on hard days and the humility that you need on the good ones. It reminds you that even when leadership is challenging, it is always worth it. As you prepare to be tapped in our Alpha Circle, I want to share with you just a few words of wisdom. 1, always lead with integrity. True leadership is rooted in honesty and moral courage. Stand by your principles, even when no one is watching. Your character is who you truly are. Your reputation is who people think you are. Never stop learning. Growth is continuous. Seek wisdom from mentors and always have a thirst for knowledge. Stay in the posture of being teachable. There is always something you can learn. Serve others selflessly. Great leaders uplift, they elevate, and find ways to support those who are around you. Embrace failure. Every setback is a setup for a great comeback. Listen more than you speak. True leaders seek to understand before being understood. Sometimes we listen to respond, but we more times than not need to listen to hear. Surround yourself with challenge and inspiration, perspectives that push you beyond your comfort zone. Stay true to your values. Stand firm in your beliefs, especially in adversity. Speak up for what is right. Be adaptable. Change is constant, and leaders must navigate uncertainty with grace and flexibility. Build bridges and don't burn them. You never know when you may have to cross back over. Take responsibility. Own your actions and your choices, for better or for worse. Be decisive, be clear, but be open-minded. Be resilient. Tough times make tough true leaders. More importantly, invest in self-care. My Vice President for Student Affairs tells us every day, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Never underestimate small actions. Small deeds create lasting ripples. Remember your purpose. Keep your why at the center of everything that you do. Today, your initiation is not merely about recognizing past accomplishments. It is about embracing a higher calling. Today is not just an achievement, it is an invitation to lead with intention, to seize new opportunities, and to embrace the profound responsibility that comes with leadership. Lead fiercely, speak boldly, and lead with purpose. Your leadership matters. It is consequential. Thank you.
Thank you so much for such real and wise words. We are grateful for the privilege of leadership in worthy undertakings and for the ideals of Omicron Delta Kappa. As we gather to confer the honor of membership upon these duly elected individuals, give to all assembled here a renewed vision of the meaning of Omicron Delta Kappa. Grant the desire for creative thinking, for high purposes and ideals, for moral strength and integrity may ever remain close to our hearts. Grant also that we may strive without ceasing to incorporate them into our lives as students, faculty, staff, alumni, and civic leaders. Instill in us the principles of faith and courage, of honest work, and of sacrifice for the tasks that lie before us.
You have undertaken upon yourselves the obligation of membership in the Omicron Delta Kappa Society. This means that you will ever seek to make it a real factor for good in academic and community life, not only at your own college or university, but with American educational institutions at large and in the communities in which you will lead. As a member, you commit that you will make every effort to practice its high ideals, both in private and public life, so that the world may see in you a concrete, living symbol of the great principles of Omicron Delta Kappa. Omicron Delta Kappa was founded December 3, 1914, at Washington and Lee University in Lexington, Virginia. Our 15 founders stated that leadership of exceptional quality and versatility in college should be recognized, that representatives of all pillars of college life should cooperate in worthwhile endeavor, and that outstanding students and faculty members should meet on a basis of common interests, understanding, and helpfulness. The motives which guided the founders sprang from the desire to bring together one body for the general good of the institution, leaders from all parts of the college or university community. The success of the ODK idea, an essential part of which is joint student-faculty character and determination to maintain a consistent and high standard of leadership recognition, led to the establishment of chapters, which we call circles, at other colleges and universities.
The society in which you are about to become a member has a three-pronged mission: to identify, honor, and develop leaders in collegiate and community life, to encourage collaboration among students, faculty, staff, and alumni to advance leadership, and to promote, publicize, and enhance our ideals. The Society's ideals are represented by our 5 leadership values: collaboration, to work together to achieve a defined and common purpose; inclusivity, to actively seek, embrace, and advance a diverse group of individuals; integrity, to align one's values and beliefs with behaviors and speech; scholarship, to strive for excellence in academics and to pursue lifelong learning; and service, to answer the call for action for one's community or country. It has always been our desire and custom to try and symbolize in material form our dreams, ambitions, ideals, and sentiments. In accordance with this innate desire and feeling, Omicron Delta Kappa has also tried to express in material form the key, its noble ideas, lofty aspirations, and altruistic aims. The key, which is struck in the form of a circle, symbolizes union forever and the equality which characterizes membership in Omicron Delta Kappa. Our emblem, the laurel-crowned circle, stands for success achieved in worthy undertakings. The shape of the key represents the circle, which symbolizes all around and inclusive nature of our organization. The 5 stars on the upper bar represent the 5 major pillars of college life for which our society stands: academics and research, athletics, service to campus and community, creative and performing arts, and journalism. The number 1914 on the lower bar indicates the year in which our society was founded.
We who are members of Omicron Delta Kappa have observed your habits, attitudes, and capacities, and are pleased with your success, your steady growth as leaders in worthwhile endeavors, and your appreciation of the ideals and purposes of the society. We have asked you here today to make you members of our society and to present to each of you the laurel crown circle, represented by the key of membership, the symbol of achievement. Before we accept you into the Omicron Delta Kappa Society, please listen thoughtfully to these words. You should know that the Laurel Crown Circle is not only a recognition of past exemplary conduct, but that it must also be to you a constant inspiration to finer and nobler living, so long as you shall live. You should know that the Laurel Crown Circle is not only a recognition of past loyalty to all good works, but that it must also be to you a constant inspiration of unselfish service to the society, to Washington and Lee University, to your vocation, and the lifelong reminder that if greatness is to be achieved, one must serve. You should know that the Laurel Crown Circle is not only a recognition to a past achievement, but that it must also be to you a constant inspiration to spend the rest of your days climbing higher and yet higher, ever remembering that death comes apace and that the longest span of human life is all too short for the completion of the tasks that lie ready to our hands.
Will the candidates for membership please stand if you are able? You have heard in these words the great unchanging principles upon which our society is founded. If you are willing to accept the lofty ideals, the sense of devotion, and the spirit of aspiration represented in Omicron Delta Kappa, please respond, I will. Then please repeat after me. In the presence of the circle here assembled, I solemnly promise to uphold the ideals and traditions, the Constitution, and the bylaws of Omicron Delta Kappa, and to support in loyal service the local and national officers to participate in its meetings, ceremonies, and initiatives, and to diligently foster lifelong leadership. You may be seated.
You have committed yourself to the principles of the Omicron Delta Kappa Society and our timeless leadership values of collaboration, inclusivity, integrity, scholarship, and service. From this day forward and throughout each stage of your life, you will strive to serve as a living example of excellence in leadership. You have been chosen to wear the emblem of distinction because of your loyalty and devotion to Washington and Lee University and to the things that are fine and true in life. Whenever possible, wear this pin with pride to demonstrate the honor bestowed on you today. As your name is called, come forward to sign the official record of the Alpha Circle and receive the emblems of membership in our society.
We will begin with the honorary initiates. Aliyah Bassioni is the Lawrence Term Professor of Finance at Washington and Lee University, where she also serves as an affiliate faculty member in the Middle East and South Asia MESA program and faculty advisor to the Williams Investment Society. Born and raised in Cairo, she received her bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration from the American University in Cairo. She later earned a Master of Research and a PhD in Management Sciences from ESADE Business School in Barcelona, Spain. After her role as a finance faculty member and chair of AUC's management department, she joined WNL as the Lawrence Term Associate Professor of Finance. Her courses in managerial finance, investments, and multinational business emphasize experiential learning through case studies and hands-on training. Outside of class, she conducts research on international trading and investments that have been published in leading finance journals and designs lectures for lifelong learners at WNL's Alumni College, as well as Kendall at Lexington. Beyond her work consulting in real estate and venture capital funds, Bassioni also exhibits leadership as an editorial board member of the Journal of Multinational Financial Management, the advisor of Mobilist, a UK government initiative to support funding in emerging markets, executive educator for corporate finance, valuation, and modeling programs, and trainer of entrepreneurs through the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women program. Lori Turner is the executive director at the Community Foundation for Rockbridge, Bath, and Allegheny. She also serves as the marketing director for Cornerstone Bank and serves on many councils and boards in the area, including Rockbridge Recovery, Buena Vista Police Foundation, Lexington Police Foundation, and Main Street Buena Vista. She was instrumental in building the area's first ever recovery housing for our region, the Hope House. Her accomplishments include being named the Lexington Rockbridge Chamber of Commerce Volunteer of the Year. She holds a bachelor's degree in human resources and a master's in public administration. She lives in Buena Vista with her husband, Reggie, who serves as a special enforcement officer for the Lexington Police Department. Will the inductees from the undergraduate class of 2025 please rise and file towards a set of stairs to your right? When I call your name, please come up to the stage to be tapped and to sign the book. Please hold your applause until I read each initiate's name. Melos Ambai, Louis Blomberg in absentia, Alina De Zoysa in absentia, Henry Hayden in absentia, Lauren Hollis in absentia, Lily Jordan, Elena Lee, Hannah Knowlton, Walt Phillips, Shay Reinberg, Hyunbin Tom's son, Emily Sansbury in absentia, Shannon Tozier, Tara Trinley in absentia, Liv Ullman, and Michael Wang. Will the inductees from the undergraduate class of 2026 please rise and file towards a set of stairs on your right? When I call your name, please come up to the stage to be tapped and sign the book. Again, please hold your applause until I've read each initiate's name. William Bray, in absentia. Owen Burns, in absentia. Aaliyah Gibbons, in absentia. Meredith Herron, in absentia. Rebecca Hoffman, in absentia. William Joseph. Brian Kim, in absentia. Joe Lee. Colin Luby. Brady Madden. Claire Manning. Jackson Maroon, in absentia. Courtney May. Anshika Patel. Max Patterson. Sarp Sahin, in absentia. Kendall Schlieder, in absentia. Joyce Yu. And Hamza Zia. Will the inductees from the law school please rise and file towards a set of stairs to your right? When I call your name, please come up to the stage to be tapped and sign the book. Catherine Berman. Yardley Borton. Annalise Burgess. Samantha Ennis. Jack Kellerman. Ariana Kiai. Sydney Lane. Callie Venable. Will Stanley. Shelby Brown. Justin Carter. Nathan Heasty. Sydney Johnson. Guy Manick. Kate Risser. Lillian Sampson. In addition to inducting new members of the Alpha Circle of Omicron Delta Kappa today, we have 2 awards to recognize spectacular leaders in our community. The James G. Leyburn Award is given in recognition of outstanding community service, and it's awarded to Tammy Dunn. Tammy Dunn is a youth director for the city of Lexington. Born and raised in Lexington, she obtained her bachelor's degree in psychology from James Madison University before diving into Lexington City schools. After being appointed to the Lexington School Board in 2019, she also served as board chair in 2024. In her 35 years of service, Dunn's unwavering care for Lexington's children and their families, as well as her mentorship and support of W&L student volunteers, did you know she was in the wedding party of a 2017 alum, has had positive impact stretching far beyond those who have had the honor and privilege of meeting her. If you ask anybody, one of the most remarkable things about her is how she treats everyone like family. Through her dedication and mentorship, she embodies what it means to put roots down in the community and nourish those around her in her mission to help create empowered learners, thinkers, and citizens. Although she is retiring at the end of this academic year, Dunn's service to Lexington and commitment to others has made her a beloved role model for generations of families to come. Thank you for everything you've done and everything you are to Lexington's community. It is our honor to award such a wonderful leader, the James G. Leyburn. Secondly, the Rupert Nelson Latcher Award recognizes a sophomore who has demonstrated outstanding leadership potential. This is awarded to Morgan Schuckman. Morgan Schuckman is a sophomore student at Washington and Lee from Boonesboro, Maryland. She is a global politics major and minoring in law, justice, and society, as well as poverty and human capability studies. Morgan deeply engages with the Shepherd Program as a Bonner Scholar and intern, Campus Kitchen's newly appointed secretary, and a volunteer venture pre-orientation trip leader. She commits to serving 20 hours per week at partner organizations ranging from Campus Kitchen, the Community Table, Connect and Nourish, the Lexington City Office on Youth, and Rockbridge Area Relief Association, where she will be interning this summer along with Blue Ridge Mile. Outside of the Shepherd Program, her mentorship also extends to her roles as a Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Student Visionary of the Year campaign mentor and the Rockbridge Area Recreational Organization cheer coach. I'm someone who has had the pleasure of working with and getting to know Morgan through Campus Kitchen and volunteer ventures since the beginning of her time at W&L. And I can certainly attest to how her outstanding dedication to service, moral integrity, and leadership speaks volumes. People like her will shape our future, and I look forward to witnessing the success she'll have here, in law school, and beyond. Congratulations. As newly inducted members of our society, you have taken upon yourselves the obligations of membership. We hope you will take with you and incorporate into your daily lives the ideals of excellence in leadership and service that we have affirmed here today. Thank you, Dean Futrell, for inspiring us with your words today. All initiates and their family members may proceed to the Lee House for a reception hosted by President Dudley and Dr. Carola Tana, following a photo of the initiates on the chapel steps outside. Thank you so much for joining us today.